Srinivasan M. Mr. Srinivasan is a seasoned professional trainer with over 20 years of industry experience. An expert in hydraulic, pneumatics, and concreting machine technology, he holds multiple industry certifications. Renowned for his in-depth knowledge and practical approach, Mr. Srinivasan has trained numerous professionals and operators, enhancing their technical skills and industry readiness. Mr. Srinivasan will share his insights on empowering operators with advanced training and safety measures. So let's welcome him.
Thanks for this opportunity provided us to tell some insights about our equipments and operator trainings and safety aspects. So, Schwing Stetter basically a concrete machineries manufacturing company based in the outskirts of Chennai. So, we operate our factory. We have multiple factories started operation from 1998, and we recently opened a fifth and largest manufacturing facility in the outskirts of again in Chennai, in Kanchipuram, and we have training centers placed both in headquarters, that is in near Sri Peramdur, and we have the biggest factory which is placed near Kanchipuram, that we call it as global manufacturing hub. So we have this concrete equipment, basically more renowned equipments are transit mixers and boom pumps and the batching plant. So we have our equipment with numerous technologies, and we need to get trained professionals to operate our equipments. So ever since we started our operation, we also started imparting technology and technical training for the machines for our customers, as well as the workforce in the construction industry. So they get benefited out of that. And I want to just give an insight about our different approaches of technical training programs to our customers as well as direct operators. So this is our picture of our HQ, which is operating from our near Sri Perambudur, and we have a dedicated technical training department and started in 2004. We are having seven trainers operating in and around in-house factory training as well as on-site customer training also. So we have different classroom setups, both in the newly opened global manufacturing hub and as well as the existing headquarters. We have sufficient halls to provide training for the participants who approaches us, which is in-house factory training. So our methodology of training, we assess the need. We find the assessment of our workforces or from the customer workforces. Then we prepare training and objectives, customized program content, and then the learning principles, and then we go ahead for the program. We have a pre-questionnaire to understand what the participants and trainees who come inside our factory, and then we'll conduct the training program, and we will measure the knowledge once the program is conducted, and then we evaluate them, and again the continuous process will be keep on going on. So this is the one of the successful method we are doing for over the years. So different topics and different machinery and different equipments. Likewise, customer service program at our training center, even their operator, their levels of knowledge, and whether they want a basic or advanced, and then we arrange our factory visits, and then private participants who are interested to get trained as operator, who come out from our basically industrial technical institute, those fresh people, we put them as a trainee for operator, and we train them in all the aspects of the machine. Next is sum it up. We have this operator training school. We have a dedicated 2 trainers for this. We train mostly for our batching plant and boom pump. And then other things are the customer program at size, that is a customized program. And then the existing operator who are operating our equipment, batching plant and boom pump or concrete pumps. So the existing operator, we will carry out the assessment, and then we'll give a certification. And for our renowned customer or frontline customer, we will give you a annual training contract at their site basis and also in the factory basis. So we started this operator training school. This is the advanced training for operators in the year 2007, and still now we are running. So we do for, as I told, batching plant or boom pump. So we are giving two types of two things we are achieving by doing this. We are giving a career for young people, and we are generating a certified trained operator to our construction industry. So the customers does not have that demand, or they will get certified operator on requirement. So customer program at site, we do in on various construction machineries on site, remote areas, or in any urban infrastructure, or bigger projects like metro or any landmark projects. We go there and reach to the participants, to our operators, and we train them on their own machine. What are the do's and don'ts? If you see the right picture, the boom pump is there, and then we need to train the operator what are the interlocks and the safety standards are there. That is coming up in a different slide. I will just briefly talk about that. So we reach various customers like HCC or L&T, Afcons. So different customers we reach to our site, and we do that. So this is the assessment certificate we provide for the existing operators who are not trained, but still they know how to operate the machine. We want to know the skill level, so we grade them on different areas, and we assess them on their knowledge, and then we will provide them the certification. So this becomes their like construction equipment operation. This becomes like a license for them to operate. This we are doing from the year 2014. So we have inbuilt facilities inside our factory. We have 6 training halls and 2 lab facilities. We have a pneumatic trainer kit where the trainees can operate the pneumatic system. And we have a simulation of batching plant weighing calibration. And we have a big panel and systems for software and menus how to operate and get down the concrete. So we have various simulators coming up in other pictures. And then for the trainees, we operate guest house also to get them stayed to come across various different periods of training. So these are our lab pictures about our miniatures of batching plant and cross-sectional view of the major components. And then these are the practical exercise we do in our factory along with the trainers, and we'll explain them how each of the major components are getting assembled and what are the important things they need to know. So basically these operators, we teach them how to operate the machine, as well as what are the major components involved in preparing the concrete, in pumping the concrete, or in carrying the concrete. So all these instructions and will be taken care, and they will be assessed. So practical exercise moving on inside the panel board, over the inside the lab. The left side picture is showing the software menu of the batching plant, and the right side picture is the panel board of the batching plant, and people will get clarity on how the entire machine is getting operated. So these are the simulators for our boom pump and other construction equipment like truck cranes and then crawler cranes. So this is one of the most important thing. The new person coming for the training, once they get into the basic level of understanding, and then we will put them in the simulator, and we will make them give tedious work and to do the operation of the machine, so that they will now avoid the more mistakes when they get the actual machines. So these simulators will help them to eliminate all the minor mistakes or major mistakes to avoid everything. So these are the amenities available for the trainees who coming to our factory, because as we based in outskirts of the metro city, and we provide all these things, and including the site practical, we take them to the site to feel how the machine works in the live job when the concrete is getting produced or pumped. So we have 20 years of more than experience in developing the skill in the field. We have a dedicated customer training center, and we are one of the pioneers of concrete technology. So till now, we carried out more programs for totally 18,000 plus trained and certified professionals inside our concrete equipment. And I want to just brief out with safety presentation. So this is for about one equipment, that is our boom pump. Just these boom pumps are worked to pump the concrete required area, and there are many safety standards involved in that. So the trainers or the operators, trainees and operators, they'll get enormous idea about how to operate. So if you see this picture, the glance of a place of work, and the number 11 is a boom pump, and it is getting concrete from our transit mixer. So the internal dotted line are the most danger zone, and even the trained personnel are not allowed there. And the outer bigger circle, number 6, that is where no other person without knowing the knowledge what is happening, what is the machine. So we need to have this safety standard. in all the construction site, so that the accidents will get zero down. So that is our main area. So number 14 is the concrete pouring area where the concrete is getting happened, and number 1 is the operator, and number 2 is the hostman, and number 3 is the signaler, and number 5 is another signaler. So we need all this setup to have a successful pouring without any damage, and we should have these are the safety measures we used to take inside the site area where the concrete is getting pumped. So while placing the concrete, these boom structures are used only for pumping the concrete or supporting the pipeline, not for lifting the any other loads. It is not designed for that. We teach the operators, don't do this. These are the mishandling of the machine, so that the boom will get cracked or it will getting into some other problem. So this is called as the end hose, and the end hose should be having an extension. So in case of any detachment from the pipeline, it will hang there. It will not damage the hose-man. And then the end hose should not be moved backward. So we have an angle of operation 230 degrees. So it should not go beyond the backward area. It should be always going in the frontward area. Climbing the boom to work on something in this open area, and this is very hazardous. We don't allow this, and we don't do this in the site area at any cost. If you want to see in the boom structure, then we need to climb with the help of proper equipment like man lift or AWP with a safety chain and other things. We don't allow anyone to work on the boom. And this is a wireless operation of boom. So we have a wireless remote where all the operations are going to take care, and we train our operators not to leave this remote or joystick separated from the machine, and there is an emergency button in the middle, and it should be pressed always when it is not in use, so that all these switches and joystick will get disconnected in commanding the machine. These are the stabilization of the machine. So the outriggers, how it is going to put it on the ground. So what are the do nots? How should not stabilize the machine, because once the machine is get stabilized, then the operator will take care of pouring the concrete, and they don't see much on the machine, and it will get collapse slowly, and it can able to topple the machine, creating a more accident. So we need a stable ground and appropriate area to place our boom pump, and the leveling. So up to what degree the angle or slope the machine can be placed. So more than 3 degree it's not allowed, because the boom weight and the entire machine weight is going to be heavy, and it can topple out at any time. And the driving and the transportation distance between a pit and the driving area, so that is a caution distance between these two. And opening the booms, we need to have a sufficient height, so that the boom will not touch anywhere, and it will not damage the structure, or it should not create an accident for the people working down there. And then loading of boom, it should be taken care. We pinpointed with hook stickers. So in that area only it need to be done, not in any other areas. So end was to be operated properly to avoid the accident. It can wobble out at any time. So the operator and the enforcement should have a proper communication. So leakages to be avoided in the concrete pipelines, or opening the pipelines during pumping. That is not at all allowed. And welding should not be done appropriately without disconnecting the battery and other electrical and electronic control system in the machine. And in hydraulics, only trained personnel and qualified personnel to be doing the work, not anyone removing the hydraulic hose or tampering the system. So electrical safety, as the boom can open up to even 36 meter or 47 meter, the operator should be knowing where the electrical cables are placed in the top, and whether the boom will touch there, and it creates a problem to the entire zone area. So the danger zones you are seeing in the picture. So this to be eliminated and planned accordingly, not to touch any electrical hazard lines which is moving over in the top. So this is the path ground. When it touches the boom touches the electrical cable, how the electrical path ground will go, and it will affect the person to get a shock. So the operator tries to place the boom under lines. So this type of risk we do not allow. These are the wrong things to do, and we train our operators or customer personnel about this electrical safety, particularly when opening the boom or opening near the work area of the electrical lines and everything. Seriously, the radius of the boom, see, they may be working on the right side slab you poured, and while finishing the work, they may bring down on this side you have the cable, it can able to touch. So these are the glimpse of how we train on safety standards or safety on the machines, what to do and what not to do. And while talking about the operator training, advanced level training, we don't train only on operation of the machine, and we also train on how the machine is getting operated and what are the minimum basic maintenance the operator should know. And also they need to know what are the basic identification of troubleshooting, or they can able to explain to the personnel what are the problems coming in the machine. Thanks, and thank everyone for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasan, for illuminating the topic of training and safety measures.